don't want to embarrass nobody. You can wear the chain that says you've been called, but nobody's getting saved when you minister. I don't want to get in trouble tonight. Why is it that nobody talks about the suffering that we have to do when we've been called? When you've been called with God, you understand that you're not just called to the position, but you're called to the mission. The calling is pretty, but the mission is messy. The calling will call you to preach to 5,000, but the mission will land you in a prison with no key to let you out. The calling will put you on the mountain of transfiguration, but the mission will land you in the prison and in the pit. The calling will put you in front of somebody, but the mission will put your head on the chopping block. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Matthew was slain by a sword, and Mark was dragged through the streets of Alexandria. Luke was hanged on an olive tree in Greece. John was put in a cauldron of boiling oil. Simon was crucified upside down. James was beheaded. And Judas Iscariot committed suicide. Jude was crucified. Thomas was speared. Why is nobody talking about the suffering? And we only want to talk about the pretty gospel. But can I tell you on tonight, Church of God in Christ, the calling that we're here for is not a calling to be pretty in our world, but the calling that we're here for, Church of God in Christ, is to make sure that when we preach this gospel, we don't pierce it with our arrows and say, I'll preach some of it and I'll save the rest for later. But the calling that we're called to preach tonight is the calling that says, I believe God, no matter what you tell me. I'm going to preach the unadulterated gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm going to preach even though I have to die. I'm going to preach because I serve in the army of the Lord. And even though I have to fight, even though I have to die, I'm still going to preach this gospel. Look at your neighbor and say, are you called to the ministry? When you're called to the